My brother turned slowly, eyes wide open. His flashlight left to my car, slowly panning towards his. Nothing. My brother opened his eyes in amazement, gazing into the empty road with a look of amazement. "Dude, let's get the fuck out of here," I screamed, motioning to his car. He snapped out of his trance-like state and quickly made his way back to his car. He turned the key, and to my relief, his car turned on, and finally, I felt safe. He locked the doors, and we sat there for a few minutes evaluating what to do. We decided we would go home, then return for my car the next day. My brother peeled out and drove home faster than we should have, but slower than we liked. We walked in the door and we locked the doors. I dialed level 1 and sat on the phone with police. Although there was a chance they wouldn't believe me, I thought it was best that I told someone. 2 officers came to investigate and question us. We followed a report, did a search around the property, and left. The following weeks were mainly sleepless. I decided to not go back for my car, as I didn't want to leave my house. I had my sanity in mind, and not leaving my house was better than risking someone keying my shitbox 1997 Civic. I installed security cameras around the outsides and insides of the house, got new locks for the doors, and obsessed over my personal security. I would sit in my room for hours watching those cameras, forgetting to eat sometimes. My brother came to me and told me he needed to go on a vacation to find himself. He said he would be back in a few weeks. I begged and I pleaded for him not to go, but it was no use. He packed his stuff into a backpack and left. I invited a friend to come stay with me while my brother was gone. He helped me, and finally I was able to get some sleep. I just couldn't shake that face out of my mind, and I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching me. I was finally feeling better since my brother had left, and told my friend that he didn't have to stay with me anymore. My friend left, and the next few days were better. I was able to leave the house, going for walks, stuff like that. One night, I was watching the hockey game on TV. I heard footsteps approaching the front door, followed by a scratching. I had grabbed the pocket knife I had on the table and stood up. I was tense, but comfortable, and knew if someone was trying to get in, I was ready. The door swung open hard, and my brother stood there smiling. "Holy shit, man. You scared the fuck out of me," I said, letting out a sigh of relief. "Hey, buddy, how are you?" "Oh, God, put the knife down," he said, still smiling. Something was off. That smile. It was too wide for a human. I rolled my eyes and the smile seemed to be normal again. It was probably suffering from some sort of PTSD from what happened a few weeks prior, I thought. My brother locked himself in his room the entire day. Weird behavior, but he wanted to rest, I thought. Throughout the day, the silence was broken with occasional screeches and bangs from my brother's room. That night, I was in my room. Floor monitors monitoring the cameras. My anxiety was back. And with that, I knew that the next week would be sleepless. I was in my room writing down my experience when my LED light strip around my desk went dark. Power was out. I had a power supply unit hooked up to my setup, which gave me around 2 hours of power. I decided on staying at my desk until the power went out, and hopefully, I would be asleep by then. I had just started to nod off, and that's when I saw some movement in the living room. I looked closer and saw a figure standing, peeking its head around the wall, leading to the bedrooms. It was dark, and I could make out features, but nothing really concrete. I leaned in to get a better look, and that's when I approached the camera. It revealed itself, smiley again, with its wide smile, eyes milky white with I remember. It raised a long, skinny white arm with long fingernails, each decorated with thick, crusty fingernail. It let out a little wave before tilting its head and forming its fingers into a pointing motion. It was motioning behind me. I flipped around this in my bedroom, completely empty. When I turned back to the camera, the figure was gone. Where I looked at my peripheral vision on one of my monitors, my bedroom's camera showed a tall, white figure standing behind me, waving at the camera with its same smile. My name is Detective Darhk of the Dakota County Police Department. The above text was found while investigating a missing persons case at a rural home in southeastern Minnesota. Tyler Edwards and his brother Liam Edwards were both reported missing by their parents. After searching the house, there was no signs of forced entrance. The computers were left on. A notepad was left open on a desk containing the above text, while the cameras remained filming. After reading the notes and watching the cameras, we cannot confirm a figure in the house. The tower of the house went down between 2:37 a.m. and 3:12 a.m. During this time, the camera footage was frozen. The brothers left without taking any of their belongings. Tyler's car was found with a destroyed battery on a rural road south of his home. Tyler's home was filled with tons of security equipment, weapons, and multiple locks on his door. Liam's room was completely empty. Repeatedly drawn on the walls was a depiction of a smiling face with a mouth being too big for the face. Do you have any information on either of the brothers' whereabouts? Please contact the Dakota County Police Department non-emergency line. Thank you.